Howdy, this is Lemmy with Dorman Products coming at you today with a neat trick on coiling wire. Now I usually use this trick in two scenarios. First is when I want to put a service loop into wire. Service loops are just extra planned runs of wire that allow you the ability to service that thing in the future, as the name would indicate. Second reason I use these is actually the reason we're going to be doing this today, and that's to provide a little mechanical strain relief. Now we're wiring up this power supply right now, and I want to put a strain relief in there simply because the wire is kind of attached to this thing in a somewhat delicate fashion. By putting a little strain relief in there, we can ease stress that occurs to this wire if it happens to get yanked on. Now it's 3 quick, easy steps here. I'm gonna walk you through this really quickly so you can start doing these yourself. The first is actually coiling up the wire. So you wanna have some sort of tool handy in order to coil this wire. Right now I'm using an extension that seems to be about the right diameter. It's gonna vary a little bit based on your wire gauge, but for this it should be just about right. And I'll usually start by taking one end of the wire that I'm trying to coil up here and then tape it to whatever it is that you are using as your form. And then we're gonna start coiling this thing very, very tightly. So once you have as many coils in the loop as you want, then you're gonna wanna tape the other end so you can kind of put the whole thing to bed and let you move on to step 2. Alrighty, and now we're coming into step 2, which is applying heat. So we're gonna take this Dorman heat gun and put some heat to it. And we're gonna let that cool for a little bit. All right, now we did a little video magic. This thing is all cooled off, and now we're ready for the final step. And that's to get a little bit of springiness out of this. Now, before we get to this, I do want to show you a couple of these here. So if you leave this thing at this point and just yank it out, you will have your coil. However, as soon as you pull it, it'll stay pulled. And that's not what you want. You want something probably like this. Now, we did this coil real quick just before shooting this video, but see how springy this is? That's what you're looking for. Now, this particular jacketing material is very rubbery and has a lot of springiness to it. You'll find the jacketing material on other types of wires might not be quite so resilient, but the thought remains the same. If you want that bit of springiness, you gotta do this part of things, and that's backing up the coil. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna pull this thing off of our form, get that out of there, and now we've got a coil. Now, if I pull this, it'll stay apart. We don't wanna do that. What we're gonna do instead is back this coil up, and then we're gonna let it start snapping back into place. That's the whole idea here. So give me just a moment. We'll get this thing backed up, and then you'll see we'll get that springiness that we were looking for. And there you have it. Now we have a springy little loop that'll keep some of the strain off this if the power supply cord gets yanked. Thanks for checking out this video.